RT anchor Liz Wall saw what Abby Martin did when she called out the Russian government for invading Ukraine, and she decided to take it a step further in defiance.
Last night, RT made international headlines when one of our anchors went on the record and said Russian intervention in Crimea is wrong. And indeed, as a reporter on this network, I face many ethical and moral challenges, especially me personally, coming from a family whose my grandparents came here as refugees during the Hungarian Revolution, ironically to escape the Soviet forces. I have family on the opposite side, on my mother's side, that sees the daily grind of poverty. And I'm very lucky to have grown up here in the United States. I'm the daughter of a veteran. My partner is a physician at a military base where he sees every day the first-hand accounts of the ultimate prices that people pay for this country. And that is why personally I cannot be part of a network funded by the Russian government that whitewashes the actions of Putin. I'm proud to be an American and believe in disseminating the truth. And that is why, after this newscast, I'm resigning.
Damn. Gotta give her props for standing on principle. I personally, if I was in her situation, I would have kept taking money from the suckers and I would have bashed them on air while they're paying me until they fired me, which is inevitable. But it's still a great move. It still shows character. But listen to an interview she did with Anderson Cooper about it also.
During the escalation of this crisis in Crimea, I think the propagandist nature of RT came out in full force. Today, for example, I had an interview with Ron Paul. The only question that I asked, I asked many questions. I asked about the Russian intervention. You know, he has a very anti-intervention approach. I asked him in the wake of escalation by the Russian military, how long, how should we respond to this? How should the U.S. respond to this? And that question was cut out of the interview.
Was this something you had always felt pressure? I mean, how does it work at RT? Where do directions come from?
The direction comes from management, and I think there's a lot of young people that work there, some people inexperienced, and I think that they're eager to please management. There's a form of self-censorship that you learn. Eventually you learn what management likes, what management dislikes. Today, especially with the heightened situation in Crimea, overtly questions are being written, that very, very loaded questions basically to paint the picture and to present the Putin perspective in all of this. And I just think, I would hope as a reporter and in life, you should always seek the truth, spread the truth, disseminate the truth. And what's clear is what's happening right now amid this crisis is that RT is not about the truth. It's about promoting a Putinist agenda. And I can tell you firsthand, it's also about bashing America.
All right, so what she said there, in my opinion, is more mixed. So the area where I think she's right and where I 100% agree with her is when she talks about there are some clear examples of bias at RT in favor of Putin. And it's funded by the Kremlin. Of course that's going to happen. By the same token, when there was discussion about Syria, Syria is an ally of Russia, so they didn't cover any of the atrocities of the Assad regime. Now, to be fair, like I always mention, the rebel forces were committing atrocities too, because the rebel forces are over half jihadists now and over half al-Qaeda. There were some secular rebels who were just trying to take back their country from Assad, a dictator at this point, but there were a lot of jihadists on the rebel side, but they still disregarded any bads that Assad did because, again, that's their boy, that's their ally. So there are clear examples of bias at RT. But here's where it gets a little shaky. Two parts. Number one, when Anderson Cooper asked the question, well, how does it work at RT? he had this tone in his voice as if it's like a given that CNN is superior. Like, we don't have any problems here at CNN with any sort of censorship or any sort of driving the news in a certain direction or another. So we're free, but how does it work at RT? Tell us how bad it is, please. Feed our ego. And that's just ridiculous, man. They have the same kind of ego. Abby Martin was on Piers Morgan's show pointing this out. They have the same kind of biases, just towards different things, obviously. So for RT, it would be a bias towards, like we just described, the Russian allies and the Kremlin and things like that. For the corporate media here in the U.S., it would be a bias towards the establishment and towards corporations, because that's what they fucking are, okay? So what kind of a picture of the world do you get out of that system? Well, you get a picture that's biased towards the established system, so the two political parties that are in control. So what you have is a spectrum of belief where the furthest left you can go is the Democrats and the furthest right you can go is the Republicans. And anything outside of those bounds is unacceptable. So what you find in a situation like that is whenever something like the Iraq War comes up, okay, and you have a majority of the Democrats that were in favor of the Iraq War and every single Republican in favor of the Iraq War, what's going to happen? You're going to get a media that cheerleads for the war because both sides are for the war. Anything that's outside of the party system or the establishment is going to be, viewed as cuckoo land, and nobody takes that position seriously, so you need to stop it, sir. So that's what we're dealing with here. I mean, honestly, think back to when the Iraq War was going on and the opinion polls had a high view of it. Phil Donahue got fired from MSNBC for speaking out against the war. I mean, the idea that U.S. media, U.S. mainstream corporate media is somehow objective or more objective than RT, that's clownish. That's clownish. Of course there's a bias, and there's multiple biases. So for MSNBC, it's a bias towards the Democratic Party. For Fox News, it's a bias towards the Republican Party. For CNN, it's a bias towards both, a bias towards neutrality and a bias towards sensationalism, okay? And the bias that they all share is pro-establishment and pro-corporate. So their hands aren't clean in this whole mess, and don't get misled into thinking that. And then the final area where I disagree with Liz Wall is that she's saying, well, RT goes out of its way to bash America. No. What RT does is they hired people like Abby Martin. They hired people like Tom Hartman, who's a liberal radio host, okay? And they allow them to do their show. Now, again, the biases are still there towards, or the pressures are still there towards, don't go after the Kremlin, don't go after Assad and our allies or whatever, but they're actually more objective about America because there's no bias towards America. And by the way, whenever you speak out against something that a country is doing, it doesn't mean that you're anti that. It means you're trying to make it better. Dissent is the highest form of patriotism. Okay, so to have Tom Hartman give you the statistics on income inequality in America while he's on RT, or to have him give the facts about the deaths in the Iraq War and stuff like that, yeah, that's stuff that media in America is not covering, and they should be fucking covering. So they're not bashing America with this negative connotation. They actually do a better job covering America than American media does, and that's no surprise.